Okay, so the formalities are over. This is the final of the Jacoby Scottish Open. Players break off, or the lag off, should I say. And there it is, it's Aloysius. It's not, it's Mickey Krause, actually. There we have it. Okay. Here we have it. It's a race to 10. The Jacoby Scottish Open final. And it's Mickey Krause to break. The one in the side. And he's going to have a shot on the 2. He lost the cue ball a little bit there, so it is going to be a tester. The good news for Mickey is he really just needs to make this 2. Bring the cue ball out roughly to centre table. Straightforward shot in the 3. 4 over the middle pocket. And he's missed that by some way. So some early nerves there from Mickey Krause. Is he going to get away with it? He might be able to go cushion first on this one. Don't think he can quite see the whole of the 2. He missed that one by some way, Mickey, and that's the biggest miss we've seen from him today. So although he's been on this table all day and he's been shooting some great pool, just shows form is temporary. Rail first, he's made it. And the outside spin is going to bring it round, but not quite as much as Yapp would have hoped. So Aloysius Yapp with a potential bank shot on here. The trouble is the cue ball is going to be coming away from the 4. So he's definitely going to attempt this bank. Great shot. Very nice. And it looks like he is straight enough where he can just draw straight back for the 5. Could push it through if he wanted to, but he's going to draw it back. Needs to watch the cue ball. He's all right, however, he's overdrawn it. And suddenly now, a straightforward shot on the 5 becomes missable. He's going to be cueing very awkwardly over this middle pocket. Slightly blind cut here. Doesn't have to do much with the cue ball though for the 6. He's all right. Played it well. Played it at such a soft pace that the pocket's going to accept the ball. stretching a little bit. Julian Roper is going to be watching this 8-ball to make sure his shirt's not touching. Definitely didn't want to leave the 7 there. I still think he's going to be okay. Extension falling off the end of the cue. Delighted to say that David Black is now going to join me here as my co-commentator. After taking some nice photos out there of the competitors, Brandon Jacoby, Elliot Sanderson and the referee.
Yeah. I've got to work on these at the same time, geez, so I'm probably going to be a bit muted for most of it.
That's okay, sir.
I'll try and upload these before the end of the shift.
Yeah, that's Dave of Q Snap Photography on Facebook. He's uploading all the photos from the event.
I think we're in for a cracker here.
Yeah, unbelievable comeback from Yapp.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. It looked like Van Leeuwen was going to take that every day of the week. He's been fantastic this week. Yapp, he's been brilliant as well. It looked like he ran out of steam there against Van Leeuwen, and all of a sudden he's pulled it out in a hunt. He's just stepped up a gear that we thought he never had left, and won the match.
So the first one goes to Aloysius Yapp. He is in great form just now, Yapp. He's just winning rack after rack at the moment. Very natural for him. So race to 10 for the Scottish Open title. There's our crowd. You can't see everyone just on that photo. The crowd does go all the way around the table. As you can see on the right hand side, we do have some patrons in playing British 8-ball. But 9-ball is the real game. On the right hand side, that's our friends from America who've come over from Jacoby Custom Cues, our main sponsor. Brandon Jacoby on the right hand side, just behind the gentleman with the funny glasses.
Yeah, that's Chad Simone. He's, these guys all work for Brandon. I think one of the players here, Matthew, Chad made his cue. He recognised it when Matthew was playing it. He says, I made that cue.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely fantastic. And what a guy he is, what a character. He's brilliant. Good player.
And there's Fraser Patrick, the snooker player on the left hand side. You can see he competed in the tournament, had a really good tussle against Jason Shaw on this table on the first day. He'll be on his way to Telford tomorrow for the UK Open. So here we go, second rack. The one was headed towards that pocket, but it got kicked away. He's broken these really nicely. And he's got a wide open shot on the 2. No major roadblocks. 5's over the pocket, so leaving the 3 to the bottom left is not going to be a problem. Perfect. Heart of the pocket. Come back across for the 3. Going to play the combination. Ideally, he's just going to leave this 3 practically inside the pocket. Doesn't want both the 3 and the 5 to drop, which on a brand new slick cloth like this one, it is possible. So he's going to hit this really gently. Mickey patiently waiting in the background. Whoa, he almost missed that. Just as I said, he was clearly thinking about the possibility of the 3 following the 5 in. And that's why he's tried to clip the edge of that 5. But he clipped such an edge that he almost missed the ball. It's a relatively straightforward bank that he's left with. but that's an unforced error from Aloysius Yapp. The tricky thing about this is position to the 4. Can he just try and hold that cue ball? I think he can. He's going to hit this quite gently. And he's missed it.
He's covered it though. He's had, well, I mean, he's had a little result here. Mickey's going to have no problems getting out of this. I mean, can he just... Nah, he's not going to swerve in that, is he?
Well, he could go through the gap between the 4 and the 9 with a little bit of right-hand side. That's exactly what he's going to do.
I'm thinking, yeah.
A little bit of spin. That's all he needs. He's going to come round for the 4.
That's lovely.
In the middle. It's just stopped in its tracks, though. I still fancy Mickey to go aggressive with this one into the top right-hand pocket. If it goes... Yeah, I think it's just the fact that he put so much spin on that. I think that's what killed the momentum of the cue ball. No problem. No problem. And that's a cheap rack for Aloysius Yapp to give away. Mickey Krause has been red hot all day. You can't afford to give him easy chances like this. And there you have it. Mickey Krause ties us up at 1-1 in the Jacoby Scottish Open. So we're coming towards the conclusion of a fantastic 5 days. What a great tournament we've had. I think a special shout has to go out to the German superstar Felix Vogel. What an amazing tournament he's had. 17 years old and he's got to the quarterfinals. I think he just ran out of steam against Aloysius, losing 10-1, but what an amazing performance from him. And I believe Felix is going to be playing in the Jason Shaw Junior Open next year. Next week.
Next week, yes, of course. I imagine he'll be playing on the main event next year.
Well, I don't think he's... Yeah, next year. I don't think he's playing in the main event this time because...
He's still got to go to school.
He's going to school tomorrow.
Yeah.
I believe he's getting a very early flight back to Germany, so he can go to school tomorrow. Wow.
That's some commitment.
How can you have that much talent at 17? It's incredible. We've actually been treated to so many of the great junior players this week. We had Mika van Berkel. We had the Ponga brothers. Riku Romprin, of course, got to the last 16 today, unfortunately losing earlier on. The pool world is in good hands. So Krause to break.
Yeah, it's certainly looking good for the future for Team Europe. There's a 9.
Nineball!
And there we go. That's how we do it.
How's about that? Mickey Krause. A quick one. After a relative gift in the last rack, he's now gotten a 9 off the break. And I have to say that was a perfect break. The 9 wasn't kicked in. He's moved the cue ball off the side rail and cut the 9 in the middle. And that's what all these players are trying to do with the break. But it's so hard to nail. But he's nailed it there. Yes, I'm mentioning on the chat there from Pro AVG about Ko Cheng as well. Kuo Po Cheng. And he's had an amazing tournament as well. He started in quite a bad way, really. He had a close game against JJ Fall, just coming over the line at 10-9. He lost 10-0 to Kachi in winners round 1. So to recover from that and get to the quarterfinals, as he did today, you've got to respect that. Jan van Lierop ended his Scottish Open 10-7. So, can Mickey Krause repeat what he just achieved? Was it the Masters a few years ago where Max Lechner, I think he got something like 3 golden breaks in the space of 4 breaks or something like that? The world went into meltdown, saying that we need to change the break rules.
Yeah, these guys suss it out though.
He's hit the 9 again, but he's not going to make it. And that really just shows you how difficult it is to make the 9, to cut it in like that.
He has half a chance at the 2 here, G. No, I thought he could get round there.
I think he does, though. Listen, he's a great jump shot player.
Yeah, yes, aye.
Trying to get back for the 3 is the issue.
Do you think he should jump to the rail first?
It really depends how well you jump. There's a lot of risk that goes with that, of course. It could easily go off the table.
As long as you land it, I don't know, sort of halfway between the 4 and the rail, you don't want to... it is easy enough. You don't have to elevate very high here. You're not in close proximity to the 4, so you don't need a lot of elevation. You can hit this pretty shallow, which pretty much guarantees you keep the ball on the table.
So, he still doesn't have his jump cue, I don't think. Oh, he does, sorry, my apologies. I wonder what cue he uses. He doesn't have the Predator patch on anymore, so...
It's an unusual joint.
Isn't it? My assumption is it's with maybe a local cue manufacturer. Be interested if anyone knows.
So I think he's going to rail first here. Just
wow.
Rail and ball at the same time almost.
How good was that? What a shot.
We'll get a wee look at the replay here, Jay.
It's absolutely perfect. It's just knocked off that rail and bumped it up table. In almost perfect shape on the 3.
Yeah, he's caught the 2 first there. That was absolutely perfect.
Outstanding. I want to know what that jump cue is. I love how Mickey Krause cues the ball. Doesn't waste any time. There's nothing worse than a player who stays down in the shot for 10 minutes, taking constant feathers. Mickey just gets down and strokes it. And he puts so much into his stroke. It's beautiful to see. And when Mickey Krause catches a gear, you're in trouble. Now he's landed a little bit short here. And this now is very missable. Dave, where do you think he's going to take this one? Into the bottom left, would you say?
I think he's going to take it into the middle. He's going to cut it back into the middle.
It's a harder cut in the middle.
Off a couple of rails back up for the 8 and to the top right.
Is that what you would do?
That is what David Kadir done in the match against me. It's pretty much exactly what he done. He's not doing that though.
Great shot.
He's just made that look incredibly easy.
Yep, again, he's just run a wee bit too far, but you can't really blame him. That was a really hard shot to judge. And I still think he's going to be out. Oh, he nearly scratched. Oh, wow, he got away with one. He got away with a big one there, Mickey Krause. The fact that he's knuckled it, he's left it in the jaws, and it's left him the perfect angle for this shot in the 9. He got away with a big one there. And he smacks that one in with authority. So, yeah, relatively fortunate. Still a nice run out, though, from Mickey. And it's 3-1. On the chat, we have Ian Topping is asking us which template is being used. This is the shark rack that's been used at the Jacoby Scottish Open this year, made by a gentleman called Shane Conroy, one of the UK Nineball players. And it's what we use here in McGoldrick's for most of our events. And it's an excellent rack. And I was overhearing some of the top players earlier on talking about it and talking about how happy they were with it. So it's been very successful, the Shark Rack. So yeah, Shane Conroy is your man there. And thanks for the billiardists to confirm it's a Cooley's cue. So it's a Cooley's break cue. Oh, he's got quite the setup. It's a Cooley's break cue, Cohen playing cue, and a quantum jump cue. I've never really heard of quantum before. Very interesting. It's good to see these different brands.
Yeah, it's quantum the jump cue. Yeah, quantum leap. Is that why it's called that? Quantum leap. Love it. What a name for a jump cue. Yeah, Graham's looking at me a bibble. That doesn't know what quantum leap is.
I do. I used to watch it when I was younger. So here we go. Mickey Krause with the break. 3-1 ahead. This is his Cooley's break cue. Not as good as a Jacoby. One in the side. Where's this two going to land? He's not going to have a shot. It's going behind the 9. That looks like a good shot. Yep, he's covered it. Good shot from Krause. Or is it? I think he's covered it. Dave has now started to fiddle around with cables here in the booth. Oh dear. I can't see the screen. Yapp's taking a good look at this. Yeah, I don't believe he can see this.
Right, that's the cable management sorted out. I'm untangled.
Is he going to have cover?
He's
not going to have cover. He's left a half chance for Mickey Krause. H long VN on the chat. Pockets look pretty darn tight. Well, we were speaking to Jason Shaw about that earlier on, and he has a very differing opinion. Yeah, I think these are 4 1/4 inch pockets on this Rasson Ox. Oh, what a shot. Cue ball. He's okay, but he's not going to have a shot in the 3. Could we possibly see this beautiful looking quantum jump cue again? I'd be surprised. There's definitely a gap between the 9 and the right hand rail, and that's where he's going. And he's made the 3. Great shot. Quite hard to control the cue ball when you're playing that kind of shot, so I think he's just gone all out for the pot. Now, does the 4 pass the 5? Hard to tell. He may look to put it in the opposite pocket. In the side potentially as well. There's a few different choices. He's going for the bottom right pocket. And he's missed it. That was hard. He's got away with it though. Yapp's going to come to a snooker, full ball snooker. So Yapp's got the jump stick. It's a really good shot. He's left something for Krause, but certainly not a pot. Krause has got a chance now to hide Yapp behind this 8. Oh, he's judged that really well. Oh no, he's going to flick it. Wow. He's just flicked that for Dave.
Yeah, I wasn't watching that,
No, you
unfortunately.
were.
Only watch
How's it? Why don't we shut the laptop over?
I can't because it take me hours to go through these.
Well, you've got a full week in Tilford to do it.
No, they need to be uploaded tonight, Graham. The people want to see them. Maybe not the ones of Julian and Socko, but yeah. Yeah, that was an incredible fluke.
So 6 balls the problem now. Doesn't appear to go certainly to the left-hand bottom pocket. Does it go to the right?
Yeah, that goes into the right. But
Getting on the right.
How does he get on that?
Is he looking at playing into the 6 to make the 5?
I mean, he could take the 5, then just he could play safe off the 6. I don't know.
But where does he play safe?
Yeah, because he can't really get behind the 9. That middle pocket's kind of in the way. May put him off that.
Yeah, I think safety is the shot here, for me anyway. Maybe knock the 5 down to the bottom rail. That's not what he's going to do. Yeah, he's missed it. And it's... Oh, the cue ball's gone!
Yeah, he's scratched, unfortunately, and this is going to be a lot easier for Mickey to get on the 6 from here. Six does go.
How often have you been in that situation in a match, Dave, where you've put so much focus on trying to develop a ball or trying to land in a specific area, you actually forget about the pot?
Yeah, and you let your opponent in, and you're kicking yourself for the next rack.
So that now goes to the right pocket, as you can see, the right hand mid, the bottom.
He's still having a look at it.
The thing is, he's going to have to land short side on this 6.
Yeah.
So there's only a small area he can fall into.
I think he's happy there, Potts. So
He'd rather finish low on the 6. If he finishes high, he runs the risk of running into this 8 ball. So here we go. Big judgment needed here.
That'll do nicely. That's a good shot.
Yeah, he's played that really well. So, problem solved for Mr. Krause. And he's about to take a 4-1 lead. And suddenly, we're getting into that situation where Yapp can't really afford to concede many more after this. There we go. Mickey Krause 4-1 ahead in the final of the Jacoby Scottish Open. And capitalising on another mistake there from Aloysius Yapp. Let's take a little look at how Mickey Krause worked his way through the field. So he got a bye in the first round. Through to winners round 1, which started on the Wednesday night for him, beating George Antonakis 10-6. And in round 2, he defeated Salvador Garcia Fernandez, the man who defeated Elliot Sanderson. Again, another 10-6. So he got off to a bit of a sticky start in the tournament by the look of things. Certainly not tearing through the field at that stage. But then it came to yesterday, where he played Victor Zielinski. 10-7. You can forgive him losing 7 racks there, considering how good Victor is. And then today he's just woken up on the right side of the bed because he's beaten Sanchez Ruiz 10-2 in the last 16. Kachi 10-2 in the quarters. And then Zielinski again for the second time in the tournament. He's beaten him 10-7. Shout out to Zielinski. He looked super sharp this morning when he played Jason Shaw. He was my pick to win the tournament. He was that good. He did not make a mistake against Jason Shaw. But clearly things didn't really go his way. Mickey Krause is even hotter than he is. So just a little break for Mickey. A bit of a tactical timeout there, you could say, that 4-1 down. Letting Yapp just stew on that mistake. And you can see Yapp with his arm, his hand in his face, looking a wee bit bored. So the Viking returns. Four one ahead, Mickey Krause over Aloysius Yapp. The one just made it, and it looks like he may have a shot on this too. No. Thanks for that camera angle, Craig Anderson of Scottish Q Sports live streaming. Excellent camera work there. So, potential jump shot. He does have a safety as well if he comes off the right hand side. There we are, elementary jump shot, but he's not controlled the cue ball very well there. And I feel like we're going to see Yapp back to the table soon. Okay, not a bad shot there. Would rather have been tight against the 7, but I think it's good enough. The 6 ball coming into play here. So he's going to try and come off the top rail here and knock the 3 down table. He's missed it altogether. And it's ball in hand for Krause. Can the 7 tie up the 6? No, it can't. So a wide open run out for Mickey Krause to go 5-1 up. Very elementary run out here for Krause. And Yapp is in a bit of trouble. We've seen him come back in the last match against Van Leeuwen. And it looks like he's going to have to do it again. There it is. 5-1 for Mickey Krause. He does not look like he's going to miss. And of course, don't forget, this is only the warm-up event for the big one next week. The UK Open starting on Tuesday. Mickey Krause's first match is going to be very interesting at the UK Open because he plays Barry Hearn, the chairman of Matchroom, and there's going to be a lot of people watching that. Unfortunately for you, Barry, you're playing probably one of the hottest players in Europe right now. It's going to be very interesting. Aloysius Yapp, his first match is on Tuesday morning. He is playing Dimitris Tsiampanis, who qualified here at McGoldrick's. So that's going to be very, very interesting. And I think both of these guys you can definitely put down as serious contenders for the UK Open next week. Krause, of course, has already won a major, the European Open. So here we go. Mickey Krause breaking off. 5-1 ahead. Yapp needs something to go wrong pretty soon. He's going to have a shot in the 2. And it's a great break.
Very good chance running out here. Racking up his 6 point on the board. Yeah, I think things are running away from Aloysius. We thought that at his last match against Van Leeuwen, of course. He was pretty far behind and just stepped up another gear.
I I think the difference here for Yapp is that he's playing against a guy, Krause, who is not, or is certainly less likely to fall apart.
Yeah.
Van Leeuwen, I think the
Agree with
pressure
that.
got to him by the look of things. Much less experienced Van Leeuwen in the big matches than Mickey Krause is. Someone on the chat mentioning about Mickey Krause playing in the Philippines. That definitely helps. So many great champions of, even if they're not Filipino, have gone to the Philippines for an extended period of time. Needs to watch this 5-ball. Got a bump on it. He's all right. Yeah, so many of these European pros, they go to the Philippines just to try and build up some of that resistance to pressure. Of course, AJ Manis was playing this tournament. We were chatting earlier on about the young hotshots that have competed at the Scottish Open this year. AJ didn't really do a whole lot in the tournament this year, but he's someone to look out for. Yeah, Krause is really hitting them nicely. Doesn't look like missing at all. It's going to take something pretty special to stop him here.
You're a bit too quick with that button there, Graham. Someone was saying on the chat earlier, I don't know if it was earlier in the week, about someone, picture someone's sitting there with their finger over a red button. That's exactly what we have here. A red button that Graham had his finger over and got a bit excited.
Yeah, Mickey took a little bit too long on that 9 for my liking. Yeah, 6-1. Dave, do you see a way back for Yapp?
Like you say, it's a different kettle of fish than it was from the last match. But he knows he can come back. Gets the chance to run a few racks off in quick succession of his own.
Dave, let's chat about you for a wee second. You are competing in the UK Open next week. You have a match on Tuesday morning, 11:30?
That's correct.
Or is it 1 o'clock? I can't remember. It's Tuesday anyway.
It's not correct. It's 1 o'clock, yeah.
Who are you playing?
Carlo Biado.
Looking forward to it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I love the UK Open week. This will be my 4th one. I love it. Absolutely fantastic week. And I'll be taking photos as well at some point and uploading them after the event, not during the event. You've obviously got Taka there that he does all the main photos for Matchroom. So once the event's done, I'll get them uploaded the following week. So here we go. Rack number 8. Mickey Krause 6-1 to the good over Aloysius Yapp.
How's that for a break? Perfectly spread. I mean, the box break was invented because the break was too easy for the top pros, but it's looking to me like they've worked it out. They might need to change the break again.
What would you do with the break? Would you move the
I think they've
rack? Try it. I mean, leave the break box, but bring the rack back down.
I think the problem is the wing ball goes too easily with the one on the spot.
Even with the break box?
Even with the break box.
Right, okay.
Because they'll find a way to manipulate the angle as if they are breaking from the side.
I mean, they're always going to find a way.
Yeah.
There's always going to be Yeah, it doesn't take them long to work it out. It did take them long when they introduced the break box. So
And the thing is, Dave, even if they were to shorten the break box to try and bring it into the centre a little bit more, so many of the players actually break from close to the centre. It's a hard one.
yeah, you come close to the centre, you've got a 9 tracking for one of the corner pockets quite a bit of the time.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not a guarantee, of course, or they'd all be doing it all the time.
Excuse me, sorry.
You okay there?
I'm just choking on my parliament. Let's not forget as well, though, that we know that the pockets on this TV table are a little bit more generous than you would see next week at the UK Open. This is 4 1/4 rather than the standardised 4-inch pockets, purely because this table was actually brought in specifically for this event. Every other table here at McGoldrick's is 4 inches. So, and that definitely plays a part. Slightly bigger pockets. There we go, 7-1. Mickey Krause is on top form. And it doesn't look as if anyone's going to be able to stop him. Dave, I tell you what, I'm going to check right now. There's some bookmakers in the UK that are offering odds on the UK Open. I'm going to check Mickey Krause's odds right now. And I might be tempted
Don't check mine. Don't check mine.
Dave, unfortunately for the likes of you and I don't think odds are even offered. That's how unlikely our chances are of even winning a match in the UK Open.
Yeah, usually 500 to 1 outsiders on that. Although I did get 250 to 1 last year.
And how did you get on?
Okay, so Mickey Krause breaking and rack number 9.
There's an interesting one on the chat. A person has just suggested ref hand racking could toughen up. Do you know what? That's a really great point. I mean, someone was asking earlier on about the Magic racks. These are Shark racks made by Shane Conroy. And I think it could well be that the Shark racks are so good that it's a consistent rack every time. But yeah, maybe there's something in that, actually. Sorry, Shane, I'm trying to do you out of some business here, but do we actually abolish the Magic racks and go to hand racking? Because we know after a couple of days' plays, the tables, they develop the little indentations, the minuscule indentations that will affect how these balls freeze together.
I've got a great idea.
Oh, no.
You're going to like this. Graham's turned his microphone off. He's not having anything to do with this. You put the one ball at the foot of the diamond. How about that?
Sorry about this, folks. Dave, just you go back to your photographs, thank you. Mr. Q-Snap Photography on Facebook.
You know folk are going to try it.
I don't really know if I'm allowed to talk about this on the stream or not. I mean, I assume I am, but looking at the odds for the UK Open Championship, 25 to 1 for Mickey Krause to win that. I am going to just pop a wee fiver. In fact, no, I can't because I'm playing in the event. You're not allowed to, right? Participants in the event are not allowed to bet on it. Not that it matters anyway, because I'm not playing them in the first round. No. Oh well. Just putting it out there, folks. Mickey Krause is red hot and he's 25 to 1 to win the UK Open at the moment. The favourite is Joshua Filler at 8 to 1. Dave, I'm looking for your odds. I'm going down the list. Further.
Just start at the bottom. Wheelie fortune trying to find it.
Further and further and further back. Dave, you're not on the odds. So that means you are literally impossible. It's impossible for you to win the UK Open next week.
Okay. Right. Yeah, Jamie's going to try it. Thanks for that, Jamie. Give that a bash. Let us know how you get on. Video it. Just talking about the one on the foot spot again.
Now, he's made a mistake of that one, Mickey. And I guess that's the issue when you're so far ahead in a match. You tend to relax. And sometimes you relax a little bit too much. And that was very careless. And this is the chance that Yapp needs. And let's not forget, Yapp is more than capable of putting together 4, 5, 6, 7 racks on the spin. Oh, Yapp. You can't miss those chances when you're 7-1 down. Only got himself to blame. And I think that's just a little bit of coldness going into Aloysius Yapp. He's been sitting in the seat for a little while now. Now, can the cue ball get through the gap? It appears that it might.
Yeah, he can just squeeze through there. It's kicking off the rail though. There we go. That is not bad at all. It's had a result there. Now, can Mickey see enough of the edge of this 2 once he jumps it? Is this potable, G?
No.
Yeah, it's a bit too close to that 3. Yeah, I'm going to say this does go.
Yeah, no, it does go, but that's not what he's going for. But he's flicked it.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it is going.
But he doesn't.
And there it is.
He doesn't have a shot in the 3, but he does have a chance to really tie him up now. Cue ball behind the 5. There it is. Great shot. He's missed that. Aloysius Yapp is in danger of falling apart here, if he hasn't already. Oh, he's got a roll there. Mickey's got a roll there. Left himself in an awkward position where he had to run in to the 6 ball. But he's then run into the 8 to then throw him back into line. Nothing Yapp can do about that. Listen, I think Yapp's given away more than a couple of chances in this match. And that's Nineball. Sometimes the little rubs, they will happen. And Yapp will know. But Krause is steamrolling his way to the title. Okay, here we are then. 8-1 to Mickey Krause.
Taking these away too quick. I'm only halfway through these photos.
And my question to you, Dave, is...
I must get better.
Does Mickey Krause need a medical? Sorry, does Aloysius Yapp need a medical to win this tournament?
He certainly needs to run a few racks off in succession. He needs to keep Mickey off the table, but unfortunately for him, Mickey is in command. He is still at the table. The way he's been running them out, I can see Aloysius sitting in his chair for the rest of this match.
I'll bet Yapp has been in this situation many times before, and I bet he's come back from this type of deficit as well.
Well, he was in this situation 2 hours ago.
Not quite this situation, though. And not against a player of this calibre.
Not with the same calibre of player, I'll give you that.
This might be a step too far for Mr. Yapp. Well, let's not forget about Aloysius Yapp. He's had a really good tournament despite what's happening in this final. Let's have a look at who he's played. So, he was into the winners round 1 to start off with. We'll go back to the pool and then I'll take you through his route afterwards. Mickey's been breaking like a dream. Oh, the 7. No, he's on the 2. And it's another great break. And that's the difference, really. When you talk about these top level players, this is the difference. They just break perfect. I thought Jason Shaw was breaking really well in the tournament when he was playing Fraser Patrick in the first round. Yeah, someone in the chat just reminding us that amazing match at the US Open where Koping Chung destroyed Aloysius Yapp 10-0. He didn't miss a ball in the whole match. I don't think Yapp had one ball to pot in the whole match. And yes, this is McGoldrick's Pool and Sports Bar in Glasgow. This is the best pool hall in the whole of the UK. Some really fine ones in the UK, but not as good as this one. Oh, he's made a mistake here. He's made a mistake here. He's going to have to run for cover. He has not hit that soft enough. He's looking to see if the 5-8 goes. It doesn't, as far as I'm aware. It certainly isn't dead set. He can afford to go for it at 8-1 up in a race to 10. And he is, but he's missed it. As I said, it's not dead set. Has he got away with it? Oh, it's tight. Yeah, that goes. It's just come out. He's going to have to pull off some shot on this 6 though. Has Aloysius Yapp got it in him to come back? 8-1 down in a race to 10. Took that away nicely. Likely to take the 7 to the middle. But if this combination's dead set, who knows? But certainly at the highest level, the players very rarely take on the combinations on the 9. You know, I said earlier on that I hope that either Mickey Krause or Victor Zielinski won the tournament, but at this stage, the way the final's gone, I'm going to start rooting for Mr. Yapp. We want to see a close final. Great shot there from Yapp. And that's going to do wonders for his confidence. And I wonder if that misjudgment on the 5 ball from Mickey Krause, is that going to come into play later on? It's a long way to come back. But Aloysius Yapp has started his comeback. 8-2 behind in a race to 10. And Yapp really needs to keep Krause in his chair. Try and cool him down a little bit. So what do you think, folks, in the chat? Do you think Yapp's going to bring this back? It's a tall order, but not impossible. So looking at Yapp's progress through the tournament, he also got a bye to winners round 1, where he faced Roberto Bartol. 10-5 win. You always see that in the first round, these top pros. Sometimes they just struggle through that first match. Just get the first match out of the way. And then it's really later on in the tournament, that's when they start to win convincingly. Second round wasn't convincing. He played Jan van Leerup. Isn't that very interesting? You see Mickey Krause beat Zielinski twice in the tournament, and Yapp has done exactly the same to van Leerup, so it was 10-7. That was on Friday in winners round 2. Through to winners qualification, it was another 10-7 against Robbie Capito. His most convincing victory happened in the quarter-final against Felix Vogel. It was a 10-1 thrashing. You just feel that Felix Vogel maybe just ran out of steam a little bit. He did beat Riku Rompunen 10-5 today as well. And then it was a 10-8 win over Jan van Leerup. So Yapp to break. Big comeback required. Oh, the touch off the 6 ball. Wow. Has that given him a shot on the 2? A little touch of fortune, perhaps? Just testing to see if he needs his extension or not. So it looks as if this 2 does go. The problem he's got is the 4 is going to block the path to the 3. So he's going to have to put a bit of mustard on this one. This is a tester. Jamie Hall has revised his prediction, made it 10-3 to Mickey. I think there's a fair chance that could happen. Dave, what do you think? Do you think Yapp's going to come back 8-2 down?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Well,
I certainly hope so. I mean, I hope he gets close to it anyway. Would love to see a hell match here. Just hold your nerve. It's all about the break.
Yeah, and Krause has been breaking incredible. But clearly Yapp has also been breaking well. Can't get to this stage without breaking well.
Just got to keep Mickey in his seat.
So he's played for this 5. He's got a nice little angle to potentially play that 6 to the middle or the top right.
So relatively straight.
Yeah, I think he should still be okay. He can just punch it across.
The angles. You're right. That's pretty good. That's lovely. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're going to play it to the middle on these tight rassons, certainly the middles in these rassons are relatively tight. You want to get as close to it as possible. If he's dead straight on this 6, it means there's a very small margin for error on the 7. It's going to be queuing against the rail. I think it's going to be okay though. It's relatively straight, but it's not dead straight. I mean, it's tight against that rail though. I don't think he's going to let that bother him. Just run it through. Little bounce off the side rail and back out. Relatively long shot in the 9. Nothing that Mr. Yapp cannot handle. Hit it with authority. Just to get it closer to that 9. And he's played it well. Well, Aloysius Yapp has already proved today that he's the king of the comeback. Wouldn't it be amazing if he came back in this one? So Dave, how have you enjoyed this week then? You've been here for the majority of it.
Yeah, I've been here all week.
Have you? Is there any matches that kind of stand out in your head as being a favourite? I know you've been spending a lot of your time either in the comms box here or snapping pics for Q Snap Photography on Facebook.
Or eating food. I can't say there's any one.
I will say, I don't think there's been any major stories, actually. You know, when I think about it, like in terms of massive shocks, aside from the progress of Felix Vogel through the tournament, there's been no incredible victories, I don't think. Everyone has really won the matches that they should have won. Of course, Yapp's comeback in the semi-final is magnificent. Perhaps Van Leerop, of course, getting to the semi-final. That was a big one for him. So, come on, Mr. Yapp. We all want you to make a real match of this. So, he's got 2 back.
Yeah, that's the one that stood it for me. Riku Rompinen versus Don Kwok Hang. 10-7. I thought
Enrico Rompinen is really
putting out the reigning champ. Sorry, on you go.
Absolutely. No, of course. I was just going to say he must have grown about 2 feet in the last couple of months.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a giant now. He's missed the one. He might be dry here. He's going to be dry.
And he also put out Fraser Patrick 8-1.
Oh, look at this, Dave. This is unbelievable. He's broke dry, and look at what he's left for Mickey Krause.
Oh.
Talk about killing your momentum.
Yeah, it's a bit of a roadmap, this one. But the player that's impressed me most this week has been Felix Vogel.
Yeah, I think everyone would agree with that one.
I mean, he had quite a heavy loss against Aloysius Yapp. 10-1, put him out of the tournament, but fantastic. What a talent.
I think a wee shout out for Dimitris Lukatos as well. He's someone who's a very, very handy player, no doubt about it. But for him to get through in a field like this, for him to get through to the final day, I think that's a really good achievement.
Yeah, everyone that's got through on the final day, everyone's done their best. They've done really well. Great to see all the American guys coming over. Brandon Jacoby and his team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, all these guys gave it a good go. And yeah, some good players in there. You know, it's. I think they've really, really enjoyed their week. It's just a pity they're away. They're not going to be hanging about for the UK Open.
Oh, they're not going to the UK, no?
No, they're away back over to the States.
Ah, that's a shame. Yeah, special mention for Doris Laskowski. We were cheering her on in the first night against AJ Manis. But yeah, she's enjoyed herself, and great to see some female competitors here as well. We have had Kelly Fisher play in this tournament in the first edition, but we've not seen her back since. She's kind of changed her tournament schedule a little bit. Not so much involved with the matchroom events anymore. I think she's moved actually, hasn't she, Dave? She's moved. She used to live in Scotland, but I think she's moved back to the States by the look of things.
She lived in Dumfries. I thought she was in Asia.
Is it Asia? Okay.
Could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Good person, Kelly Fisher, and a great player.
Yeah.
We miss her very much at the Scottish Open.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Kelly. She's an absolutely smashing person. She's always admired her through her whole career.
That was a test there for Krause, and he passed it with flying colours. He does not look like he's going to lose this. Kuhn over the 9 a little bit. Heart of the pocket. Perfect. And Mickey Krause is on the hill to win the Scottish Open.
Yes, he certainly is. And that break there by Aloysius Yapp. Yeah, you can't be breaking dry. Allow your opponent in the way your opponent's been potting.
Okay, Aloysius Yapp, you cannot afford to make a mistake. He might not even get a shot, to be fair. Odds on another break and run here for Mickey Krause. Quite likely, I would say. Well, it's been an amazing tournament anyway, folks, although the final hasn't quite turned out to be the thriller we hoped it was going to be. It has still been an amazing Scottish Open. And we're set nicely for a great week in Telford next week. The UK Open starts on Tuesday. Keep an eye out for David Black versus Carlo Biado. We wish him luck. Okay, here we are, Mickey Krause, potentially the last rack of the Scottish Open. Is he going to have a shot in the 2? It looks like it. But look at the 7 and 8. Frozen themselves together. So finally, Mr. Krause has something to think about. Got a little bit of work to do before he reaches that 7. He could attempt to break up the 7 and 8 with the 5 potentially, 5 to 6. Although that could be a little bit risky given the close proximity of the 9 to the 6 ball. He's going to try and break it up now. Oh, and he has. That is a tournament-winning shot from Mickey Krause. Outstanding from the Viking. He's hit that with authority, and it's perfect. It just shows the confidence that Mickey Krause is playing with right now. Full belief in himself. He is going to have a great week at the UK Open in Telford. Look out for him. He is red hot. And you've got to feel for Barry Hearn. He is coming up against this monster, in-form monster. Best of luck to you, Mr. Barry Hearn. We hope you take a couple of racks at least. It's going to be tough. Oh, he's got into that a little bit. He's going to be fine. He's queuing off the rail just to make it that little bit harder for himself. But here we are. This is to win the Scottish Open. Congratulations, Mickey Krause. He is our champion. 2025 Jacoby Scottish Open champion, Mickey Krause from Denmark. What a performance from him. And what a way to warm up for the UK Open next week. Unlucky to Aloysius Yapp, he put in an unbelievable semi-final performance to come back against Jan van Lierop. Unfortunately for Yapp, he ran into an in-form monster. And Jamie Hall called it perfectly. 10-3 was his prediction. So, folks, thank you so much for joining us throughout the last 5 days. I can't believe it's 5 days already by this stage. It's been an outstanding tournament. Again, we've had many of the world's best players come to Glasgow on their way to the UK Open.